Wow, once again, thank you for joining us. This is the Generational Leaders Talk Show. Gone by was a bringing on, which happens to be a segment within the show that we try to tell you what takes place during the course of the week. And those things that my producer mentioned happens to be the trending issue that took place in the course of the week. This is the time for us to have the main discussion, the main menu for the day. But before I set the ball rolling, I want to quickly do one or two ads. We have Reverend David Ashon's book. For those of you who joined us last week, I interviewed him. The title is Decoding End Time Prophetic Mysteries. That is it, Decoding End Time Prophetic Mysteries. So you can have a copy for yourself. You can go to town, any nearby bookshop, and purchase it, or you can go to Innovation Print, Innovation Print, and you can have a copy over there. A very wonderful book. I will entreat that anybody who loves reading and wants to know much more about the end time should purchase one, and you do a whole lot of good to you. Also, today we are introducing another segment in the show, which we are going to call financial tips. So if you are a financial entity and you want to sponsor this segment, you're always welcome. You can contact us on this show, then we will help do well for you to come and sponsor it. So today, our financial tips for today is: poverty and riches are defined by how we manage our surplus. Poverty and riches are defined by how we manage our surplus. The little money that we overlook, the little pesos that we think they are nothing, the 5 cedis, the 2 cedis, the 1 cedi that we think they are nothing, they are the money that when we save and invest them, they will become the big money that we are expecting to have. So don't have in mind that you want to get the big money so you can invest. Start with the little in your hand. It's only when you start with the little in your hand, God will also bless the work of your hands. So please never ever take the little money, the surplus, for granted. I remember those days when we used to go to, when we were then in secondary school, for those of you who attended boarding house, you notice that after the dining hall, people rush, those guys, those small boys who living around, come and take the surplus. And trust me, those surplus do them good. It's the same way in life. The little money that you overlook, those 1 cedi, those 2 cedi, those 5 cedis, those 10 cedis, look, they can take you a long way in life. So never underestimate little things in your hand. The little money, invest it. Every week when you have 10 cedi or 2 cedi, go and save it. Every week people dash you money, go and save it. And when you do that, the big money you expect 5-10 years to come, you will enjoy the fruits of your labor. So on that note, this is the financial tips on Generational Leaders Talk Show. All right then, so if you can join the conversation today, we are streaming live on our platforms. You can be part of the show by sending messages through 020-768-1986. 020-768-1986. You can send a WhatsApp message over there, or you can even text as well. So along the line, we also give you the chance to send or to call in through 0246 239070. 0246 239070. We will give you time to call during the course of the show. If you have any question to ask, my panelists are ready to educate you, to inspire you, so you can go out there and make the difference. All right. In my stream right happens to be Mr. Fufu Thomas. Mr. Fufu Thomas is a leadership coach. Mr. Fufu Thomas is not a stranger on this show, and I know most of you he happens to be your favorite guest whenever he comes here. You are so excited, and I know today you'll be also excited as well. He's here. He's the president of Lead Right. He's the president of Lead Right. He's also a lecturer as well. And we also have Pastor Prince Ampafu. Mr. Prince Pastor Payne is also not a stranger, although he's been here twice, but he's not a stranger. He's also a leadership coach. He's the coordinator of Data Bank Foundation, and he's also a head pastor of High Life. Pastor, I guess I'm right.
High Life Center.
High Life Center. I was there to preach last week, and I was surprised and I was amazed at the things that this young man is doing. I thought I was going to see a small church. I never, in fact, I did estimated him, but I enjoyed it. A church that after ministering, people ask you questions. Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, that was a nice time. Anyway, gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
And welcome.
Thank you.
It's been a while you came here.
Yeah.
It's been more than a month. He's been on the show.
Yeah.
I hope everybody's fine anyway.
Yeah, everybody's fine.
We thank God. And Pastor, how is your wife and the kids?
Very well.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Let me take this opportunity to thank you for inviting me.
Oh, please.
For, last week. I really enjoyed myself. I felt at home.
Sure.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so today we are talking about, we have 3 subjects at hand. I trust God that we will finish this subject today. I trust God. Because these are heavy topics that we need to take our time, but we will see. So we will also engage our viewers to be part of the show as well. We're talking about purpose, the priorities of purpose. That is the first one. We'll be talking about purpose and time. Then we'll be talking about purpose and position. But first of all, let's start with the priorities of purpose. For the benefit of our viewers, let's define those 2 words. Priority and purpose, then we will zoom the 2 together. So I'll start with Fufu from my stream end.
Okay. Thank you very much, George.
Thank you too.
Thank you, our listeners, for joining us today. And we say thank you. The show has been very exciting. I've been watching it from the house, and it is really, really exciting. Thank you all for being our guest each and every Saturday. We know that you are with us, so we thank you very much. Keep on watching us, and if you want to support us, you can also call us or you can WhatsApp the WhatsApp line over there if you have any support for us. Okay, thank you, George. So we are talking about purpose and priorities. So the question is purpose. What is purpose? There are a lot of definitions out there for purpose, but I always say that I always look for the simplest meaning of things, because the world already is complicated. We don't need to complicate things for people. Let's make it simple for them. So what is purpose? Purpose can be defined as the reason why something exists.
Okay.
The reason why something exists. That is purpose. There is a reason why this book exists. If there is no reason, this book will not exist. There is a reason why, George, you were created. Without that reason, you will not be created. There is a reason why Santos was created. Without that reason, Santos will not be created. Each one of us on earth, there is a reason why God put us here on this earth. And if you don't know the reason why you are here on earth, that is when you do what everybody else does.
Okay.
You'll be confused in life. And to be frank with you, I know a lot of people who are confused in life. I know a lot of people who are confused in life. You see, from God's point of view, it is not what you do that gives him joy. It is what he has empowered you to do that you have done.
Can you repeat again?
From God's point of view, it is not what you do that gives him joy. It is what he has empowered you to do that you actually did that brings joy to him.
Okay.
Because in heaven, thou faithful good servant will not come because you did what you wanted to do. It will come because you did what God created you to do.
Okay.
That is why I said I know a lot of people who are confused in life. When you read Matthew 25, verse, I think 14 downwards, there were 3 kinds of people that were given purpose. One was given 10, some was given 5, another was given 1. The one who was given 1 looked at his purpose and went to hide it. So when the master came, he said, what I have given you, what have you done with it? I believe that guy was successful in another field, but not in his field. Because there was a reason why God created him. There was a reason why God gave him the gift. So he was expected to ask God, the creator, why did you give me this gift? Why did you create me? So purpose is defined as the reason why something exists. So it doesn't matter. The last time I was on this show, and I said it doesn't matter whether you are a successful doctor. If God created you to be an accountant and you become a doctor, you have failed. It doesn't matter. You can be successful doctor in the whole world. The world will be clapping for you. Everybody will be dancing for you. Everybody will be giving you way. But in the sight of God, you have failed. Because God didn't create you as a doctor. He created you as an accountant. The purpose why God created you is to become a doctor. But you decided to become an accountant. So you have failed. So purpose is the reason why something exists.
Okay.
That is purpose.
Wow.
So the question is, why do you, George, exist? That's the question.
Okay.
Why do you exist?
We'll come back. We'll come back to that, Pastor. People have spoken a lot. I also want to add a voice to what he has said.
I think Thomas has almost spoken as if we are twins from the same mother. and I'm not surprised because he's also in the space of leadership. And it's really such an honor to meet him here. I come in here so much wanting to meet the fantastic people you put on the show, and definitely your amazing audience out there who make the show And so, I mean, that's just it. I mean, I always tell people, purpose is the purpose of life.
Yes.
So it's like, if when we talk about purpose, we're actually talking about the purpose of life. And just like anything, you know, in Africa, we like to use tools that are not meant for things, for other things.
Wow.
For example, if you remember when we were young, we use our teeth to try and open the bottle and all that. Like, we are in a space where we don't usually find the right tools for the right things. And it's almost as if it's become, you know, a norm. And so it's not too surprising that people don't wake up every day wanting to know why they have been created. I mean, if you are a very fantastic footballer, and you are in a class where everybody is doing very well in the math, you better be good at math. And I only pray that some grace locates you to take you, you know, to a field where somebody will appreciate you for it. But it's like the mix of things. I mean, recently I was thinking about, you know, some things that are happening at home. And the tools that I need to fix those things. And I'm like, wow, it looks like I need to actually buy a toolbox. Because you see, sometimes if you're not careful, you instead of finding a hammer to hit a nail, you go and find a stone to hit a nail. It's like, you see, trying to use things that don't fit where they are supposed to. And it looks as if in this part of the world, the same translations seem to happen, most importantly, in the reason why we have arrived here. And you see, last time I was saying it in church that even when you consider the statistics of somebody being alive, the chances that you will be alive, it's like 1 is to over 900 billion, you know, 1 to 900 billion. So there must be a reason why we have arrived here. There just must be a reason why we have arrived here. And I like where Thomas came from, saying that, you see, it's like, it's really not about activity. It's not really about what you think you have been called to do. And so, of late, I've started talking more about the fact that, you see, it's like there are only 2 prayers in life. When you pray the first one, it better be the salvation prayer. And the second one better be the prayer about the will of God. The other prayers are important, but those prayers, they are in the middle. They are not as important as these 2. The first one begins, and the second one is about the end. It's about the reason why you are traveling the journey. And you better arrive at, you know, the final destination. And I think that's really, that is what purpose stands to.
So if that be the case, I've heard people saying that your design gives a clue to your purpose and potential. So how factual is this?
Okay, so if Thomas,
you want to take it down back, so because
okay, so it's like, you see, when you leave a human being to be a human being without any interruption, there's still chances that they will move towards a certain line of thing. Even if it's put a baby there and put different colors of ball in front of the baby, it's amazing how the baby gets a choice. And I've always said, babies, as little as they are, don't know how to do anything. But when they enter a room, they know who loves them.
Yes, yes.
So they go directly to who loves them. So in that similar case, it looks like even a baby who hasn't risen yet is still able to seem to carry something that determines some choices they make in an environment. And similarly, we've all come with that same, we have a certain capacity that only happens in certain places.
Okay.
Yeah, we are not for every place. Yeah. And we need to be very comfortable at that we are not born for every place. We are not assigned to everybody. We are not supposed to be doing everything. No. There are some places that have become the reason why we are here. And we better move towards that direction. So I believe we all carry that. Okay. That even when you leave people to chances, those who are failing math will still have a place that they will flow to. Yeah. And when you consider something like, for example, the way water flows, it's like, I've always said, purpose is like, when you're in your purpose, it looks as if water is being poured from the top down. So there's flow.
Yes.
You don't really feel any resistance. So when a person is living this life and feels like, no, there seem to be some sort of resistance my way, most of the time, it may be that they have been displaced. They are just in the wrong
place.
Yeah.
Popo, from all that you said, I gathered something. So it means that so in that case, we are equipped for our purpose. We are equipped to take over our purpose. We are equipped to do whatever we're supposed to do in life. But my problem is, although we are equipped, but yet people are not fulfilling their purpose. Why do you think it's so? Because I was reading a book this morning. I was around 10. I was just relaxing reading, and the writer made a statement. He said, "Purpose without skill is vanity." And I was like, how? Then along the line, the writer also said something. He said, "You can have the purpose, but if the skill to execute is not there, the purpose become a mirage." So I've noticed that a lot of people in life might have discovered their purpose. They are living in an arena whereby they can use their purpose to do something in life, but yet they are not moving. You don't see change. You don't see anything. And sometimes I don't know whether they are living in the world of frustration or confused. Why? Why is it? Why do you think there's chaos in that space?
You see, we always tell people in a leadership seminar that God didn't create anybody useless. From what you are saying, God created you. He gave you a purpose. Surely, He has empowered you. When God gives you an assignment, He gives you the resources. Anytime God gives you an assignment, He gives you the resources. The reason why most of the time we struggle in life is because we are not doing what God has called us to do. That is the reason. If you, like my brother said, if you are not where God wants you to be, you will struggle in life. But when you are where God wants you to be, it will shock you where the help will come from. Have you heard people who said, "I didn't know how I got here," but they got here. They didn't know how they succeeded, but they succeeded. It's because they were in the right place. Where God have put them, they were there. And when you find yourself where God have positioned you, the help will surely meet you. But if you are not there, it doesn't matter your effort. It doesn't matter how people help you. You will still struggle in life. So first of all, you need to know or identify your purpose. When you identify your purpose, you need to walk in that purpose. If you are not doing so, you will struggle. You see, I am here. I don't struggle in life. To be frank with you, I don't struggle to put a thought on paper. Because that is what God has created me for. He has created me to write. He has created me to speak. I don't struggle to talk. I don't struggle to think. I'm sleeping, thoughts are. So always my phone is by my bedside. Sometimes I wake up and my wife will be looking at me. I'm just writing. Sometimes there are thoughts in my mind. My mind is always busy because I'm in my area. You see, where God have called me, that is where I am. Okay. I was struggling in life before because I was trying to do what everybody wanted me to do. I've told you here on this show that my siblings sent me to school. They said, oh, go and be an accountant. And the truth is, I'm not good with maths. So how can I become an accountant? That is not my area. I struggled and struggled and struggled until I realized that no, and that is not my area. You get it? So you need to identify your purpose and just flow in that area. Identify your purpose, flow in that area. I'm successful where I am. I mean, the truth is, when God sees me, he sees a successful son.
I like that.
When God sees me, he sees a successful son. You see, the truth is, Lazarus didn't build a house. Lazarus didn't build a house.
They were successful.
Lazarus was successful. Did Lazarus make heaven?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
The rich man built a house. The rich man was known all over. Did he make heaven?
No. So that brings back to the next question. So, does God's assignment reveal our abilities and capabilities?
God's assignment.
God's assignment, does it reveal our abilities and capabilities?
I told you, when God built you, he has implanted abilities in you.
Also, so once you discover, it means that it is there for you to use it.
The strength is already there.
Okay.
Yeah. The strength is there. Because God has given you an assignment. He has equipped you.
Yeah.
Because God will not give you an assignment without giving you the resources. When you ask him, he will tell you. When you start a church in the will of God, you don't know where the finances come from. That's the truth. That's the truth. When you start a church in the will of God.
Underline.
In the will of God. Because I always tell people, it is not the church that you are doing. Is it in the will of God? I know churches that are struggling to build, pastors who are struggling to build a church. And the truth is, it is not everybody that God have called that is supposed to be a pastor.
Okay. So Prince, knowing your potential is the key to using your, knowing your purpose is the key to using your potential, right? That's the case from what Mfufo is saying. So as soon as you get to know your purpose, that means that you have the key to utilize your potential.
Yeah. So just like Thomas is saying, it's like most of the time, is when somebody is sending you on an assignment, the person better be sure you can arrive.
Okay. Okay.
And so it's like once you find out the assignment, or just by being alive, you must be certain that okay, I have been sent. And you see, what will tell you where you have been sent is what the things that have been you've been equipped with to move that direction. Okay. Because most of the time it will take a while for you to really get to the point where you say, this is my assignment.
Okay. Okay.
But the truth is, you see, for every gift and the opportunities that are closest to you, you know, as soon as the kind of gift you carry will bring some opportunities that will not be too far. They are very close to you. As soon as you take those opportunities, they will keep leading on to the next one.
Okay.
And then on to the next one. So you see, when you even look into the Bible and like you follow people's lives, it looks as if it's a drama.
Wow.
It's like you can see one chapter moves to the next chapter. And then the next chapter moves to the next chapter. Then all of a sudden we agree that the person found their parents. And then Joseph arrived in the castle and he found his purpose.
Yes.
But that is their stories. And for everybody who is walking their purpose is the same story. So Thomas can tell you his story, and it will sound to you like a drama. Why? He's walking his purpose. You see, the last time when you shared a very interesting life story, and the truth is, you see, everybody, when you serve, you'll be great.
Of course.
But I'm saying when you serve in your place of purpose, you are a special kind of person. And so it's like, okay, so what are some of the things that I like? Those little things, the things that I am able to do easily. are the things that are going to help me find where I have been assigned. That is why everybody starts from a place of ignorance, where you are not really sure where you have been assigned. But when you begin to flow in what you seem to carry, you think you write very well. Oh, I think I can speak so well. Let me just start speaking. And then all of a sudden, the speaking will keep leading to one thing, leading to the next. And there's a saying that life is lived forward and understood backwards. So it's like it will begin to unfold so beautifully. In fact, people who live their purpose, I mean, I always say I'm one of the happiest people I know. When you are flowing in your purpose, you know you are one of the happiest people.
You have said it. You have said it.
Exactly.
When you are in your comfort zone, no, it's true. You don't struggle. No. You know, somebody asked me recently that he gets amazed how I get time to read. I just love it. It's fulfillment. So, because when you put food down and reading, I would love to read.
John chapter 4, verse 34. A very interesting incident. When Jesus Christ had sent the disciples to go and buy food. They go and they buy the food and they come there, and the man is busy doing what he was called to do. And they ask me, boss, why has somebody given you food to eat? And Jesus Christ said what you are saying.
Yes.
He said, my food is to do the will of my Father. So you see, it's like when you are living your purpose becomes like food.
I'm telling you.
Like it is difficult to interrupt you to eat.
Yes.
Everybody who is living their purpose is so difficult to interrupt them.
Yes.
Food becomes an interruption. They have to finish what they are doing. And if you leave them, they will stay there for days.
Yeah. And you see, until our viewers begin to come to that point, they will see, until you are there, you will understand. Because you are not there, so you might not understand. But when you get to that point, you understand.
And you see, you asked a very important question. I think that in Africa, one of the reasons why we are not able to live our purpose is because every decision we are making is economic. You see, when you make all your decisions economic, it is not possible to live your purpose, because your purpose will start from a place or a lowly place. It always begins from a very humble background. I mean, Jesus Christ proved to us that it has to start from a place of no significance. And so when your decisions become economic, you don't have the luxury to move the direction where things seem a little bit bleak. Unfortunately, when you are in a space where, for example, there's a social sort of net where even if you don't have money, the government will support you. So when you wake up in the morning and you are a drama, all you want to be is a drama. And you will have no problem.
They can go and find animals and be studying.
Who
finds animal here in Ghana and study?
That's why they can come all the way and come to this country and come and do volunteering work.
Because a safety net is catering for what to eat. A safety net is catering for what to eat, so that my decisions are not economic. So when you see a white person crying over a dog, it's not that they're a fool. No,
it's true. No, that's the basic truth.
You know, I have a white friend. I think that white friend told me that I was, he married for 4 or 5 years. Wasn't giving me. I said, Jeremy, what happened now? He said, oh, I just bought a dog. I just want to see whether I can take care of the dog well before I'll give it.
Wonderful.
And that tells me the kind of mindset they have. You see, so some of these things that we are saying, they are real. They are real. Anyway, so if you just join us, this is the Generation Leaders Talk Show. We are talking about purpose and priorities. We've spoken at length about that. We'll be talking about purpose and time as well. And also, we also talk about purpose and position. So if you want to be part of the show, you can send your messages via 020 768 1986 020 768 1986. We are also streaming live on social media, all our platforms. At the right time, we'll give you a chance to call 0246 39070 024623970. So please take note. At the right time, we will give you a chance to call. Let's talk about purpose and time. Purpose and time. When we say purpose and time, what comes to mind?
Okay, so a very good friend of mine and a mentor used to define time as the inspiration of what you can become. And as disconnected as it is from time, I still find that very intriguing in the sense that, you see, when you are called, or when you know your assignment, when you know your purpose, it's like if even heaven has to go and borrow to make sure you happen, God will do it. Because again, it's about what He has assigned you to do. So everything outside of this, unfortunately, I have to say, is like a waste of time. Everything ought to be about the reason you are. You see, being alive, it's not easy. For a woman to carry a seed for 9 months, beginning from at some point they say, okay, so now the baby is like 3 inches. And if you don't remember 3 inches, you try and picture the ruler we used to have in GHS. And then all of a sudden we say this baby is increasing in size. And at the 9th month, we expect that a human being has arrived. And I always say, people have a car, people have a house. Now you have a human being. A human being that's going to live. And one day, one such human being grew up as a teacher and turned out to be the first president of this nation. You see, a human being. It's not like life is too important for us to like spend that time in this life doing something else. Too important. It's like the privilege and the honor to be alive and to be sane. I'm saying sane because my work, Data Bank Foundation, we also work with the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. There are children there. A lot of people don't know there are children in the hospital who unfortunately are not able to reason like we do. And when you
sort
begin
of mentally retarded.
Exactly, challenges that are not, So usually when you look at such people and you consider the fact that you can move around, you better be living more than living for a paycheck. You better be living for more than living to finish school, get a good job, marry and buy a good car. You see, life becomes much more meaningful, a reason why I have arrived. And I think that purpose and time are so connected, there's no way to sort of
disconnect them.
It's not possible. It's not possible. And in Africa, we have become too comfortable. Too comfortable because for some reason, every decision we make has become economic. And that is the reason why it's like it's taking everybody away from the space of where they really ought to be. I mean, people who don't, when you tell somebody to even go and buy an opener, the person buy an opener, but why our teeth is there? So the person just, you see, so as little as that is, that's telling you a person who thinks that any tool can do anything. Anybody, anybody can just do this.
So Fufu, life without purpose is time without meaning. How possible it is?
Life without purpose is time without meaning. Yes, it's true. Because, like my brother said, time and purpose are connected together. So, if you are living your life without purpose, then you are wasting your time. If you are living a life that is not based on purpose, whatever you are doing is a waste of time. Because the reason is, there is a reason why this phone was made. This phone, there is a reason. That is the purpose. So if you are not using this phone for its intended purpose, you are wasting this phone. I know a lot of people who hold phones like this. I always tell them they are abusing the phone. Because the only thing they do is to make call. If they don't even send text messages. But this phone can do much more. This phone, it can do much more. You are abusing the phone. Go and buy a phone without big screen. If all you want to do is to make call, buy a phone without big screen. That is all it does. But if you hold a phone like this, you should know the intention of the manufacturer. So you use the phone for its intended purpose. Other than that, you are abusing the phone. So if God creates you, and you don't know the reason why God creates you, whatever you do here on earth, it is a waste of time. It's as simple as that.
Somebody told me that He said, and I wrote, he said, God, who is who's internal, exists outside time. So how true? I was trying to fathom this statement. How true is it?
Yeah, God. You see what the Bible said? It said God is eternal, and when it comes to eternal means forever, and forever we all don't know what forever is. We are living in time. We are living in a space that is limited. But God is living in eternal. But an eternal means forever. God does not live in time, but he deals with that according to time.
Okay.
His dealings with us is according to time. That's why God can tell you, I'll do this for you next year. I'll do this for you tomorrow. I'll do this for you next week. It is according to your time, not his. Because he is outside. He is not in it, but he deals with that according to time. Okay. This is the difference that many of us need to know. It's just the basic difference. There is so much theological arguments around it, but this is just the simplest definition of it.
I think that's for people to really appreciate. Also, just like my brother is saying, for example, if you consider this life and eternity, it's like comparing 24 hours to over 100 years. It's like, okay, I'm living this 24 hours. But if I compare my 24 hours to like even more than 100 years, that's like eternity.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what if in this 24 hours I've been given something to do? After this 24 hours, I'm going to now move away from this life into another one where I'm going to live for more than over 100 years. So it's like, okay, God places us here. You say most people assume that they have a lot of time, and it's very funny. To assume that you will be 50 years. One of the things we should be sure of is death. And I always say, especially when you are a Christian, you should be ready to die, because your death is not a tragedy. It is victory. You have moved into a certain space where even if you die today and you arrive in heaven, you'll be welcome. So it's like the certainty of death should ring in our ears. The time that at least God has given us for this moment. Because really, if you begin to think about this moment and eternity, it's like, I'm just living one day. So in this one day, I better be living and be doing what God has called me to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if that be the case, then why? Somebody said also, they said every purpose, is that God gives every purpose a time that allows it to reach perfection. God gives every purpose a time that allow it to reach its perfection. I don't know.
I think the person may be more like talking about the peak points where most of the time we like to celebrate. But I think that purpose really unfolds bit by bit. Because and so that we can really know that it is not our assignment but somebody's assignment. Most of the time you will not know the whole journey. Because it's not your assignment. If it is your assignment, you know specifically exactly what to do. But no, it is somebody's assignment. And because it's somebody's assignment, you only have to follow instructions, you only have to follow the leadings. And so, but purpose happens every time we walk the will of God. As soon as you begin walking in the will of God, you are walking the purpose of God. Even though there are turning points. There are turning points where we say, wow, and David killed Goliath. So that was his purpose. But I'm saying when you are living purpose, it's like it unfolds bit by bit, so that you will know you are not alone. You see, God better unfold it little by little, so that in those little moments you will know that, oh, I'm not alone. And it begins to also take you there. And most of the time, I mean, if some people are showed what they have to go through to get to where God will, maybe they will kill themselves.
Anyway, so if you just join us, this is the Generational Leaders Talk Show. We are enjoying ourselves within our purpose, and we are working within our time.
We are really enjoying our purpose.
So if you want to be part of the show, you can send us a message via 020-768 1986. 020-768-1986. There's a lot of messages coming, and I'll begin to read some of them. Then after that, we will come to the. And also, let me also give a chance to our viewers to call in. So you can call 02462-39070. 02462-39070. 02462-39070. All right. So let me begin to read some of the messages that are coming. This one says, I'm Eric. I'm really being dedicated this evening. I'm really enjoying myself. Your guests are really good, and they know what they are talking about. Thank you for such a wonderful show. Thank you, Eric, too. Okay, so this one says, I said, I'm Ninoy. I'm enjoying myself. We have a wonderful discussion, and I like the topic on the table. Your guests really know their stuff, and then you can see from their demeanor that they are living in their purpose. Thank you very much. We trust you're also living in your purpose. This one says, my name is Yippee. What a wonderful show. Great, outstanding guest. Keep it up, George. Thank you. And okay, this one said, my name is Mame Joy. I'm enjoying myself and being educated. Ask Mr. Fufu, where has it been for such a long time? Mr. Fufu, is it where have you been?
I've been around.
Okay, he said, you heard it yourself. It's been around anyway. This one says, I am Illinois. Please tell your presenter who hosts Bring It On to Essa's patient. One day they will come and pick him up over there. I like his show. It's a very good show. But this is Ghana. It be Ghana with day. So be very careful, my brother. Santos, you heard it yourself. We'll come and pick you one of these days. Okay, so this one says, what a nice discussion. Your guests are just too good. They're just enjoying themselves without any hesitation, without hesitant. I would love to meet you guys. How do I meet you guys? Well, the numbers are on the screen. So anytime you call us, we'll reach you up. We'll get in touch with you. And this one is Eric Odru. He said, I'm watching from Dansuman. Great show, great outstanding guests, great topic on the table. Keep it up, guys. Okay, so let's look at the other subject, purpose and position. What comes to mind when we say purpose and position? Fufu, I'll ask you first.
Purpose and position. We've already defined purpose already. So purpose and position, I think they are linked, they are related.
Yeah, before that, let me quickly announce the lines again. So you can be part of the show by calling 0246239070. 0246239070. Okay.
Purpose and position are related. You see, I'm in my purpose, so I'm in my position. And position, like we always say, it is not a title. It is a function, rather.
Okay.
It's not a title, it's a function. You are being put in a particular place to function.
But do we see that these days?
That is what we need to understand. It is function. I have worked under so many people who don't understand what position is. So sometimes I just laugh, I just smile. They don't understand. They think that when you are placed in a certain position, it means you need to shout at people. You need to beat people. You need to yell at people to get a work done. No. You are supposed to function. And you need to look for strategies, look for ways that you can do what you are supposed to do the best way. So I'm in my position. I don't struggle. I've told you I don't struggle. I'm in my position because this is my purpose. When you find your purpose, you are in your position already. And the position is not title. It's not something that you should be boasting about. It is function. You have to execute. The question is, are you executing? Are you doing what God wants you to do? Are you in the will of God? Execute, function. This is my position. And my position does not tell me to raise myself up, to boast about myself. My position is to execute. I like what my brother said. You see, when God gives you a purpose, it is not for you. It is His glory that He is after. It is not your glory. That's why sometimes when I see people singing, I ask myself, do they know what singing means? Because when you are singing a gospel song, you are not singing for yourself. Neither are you singing for the people. The primary reason why you are singing, it is for God. It is first for God. When God appreciates, that is the thing. When He is preaching, His message should please God. It is not to please the people. The moment He targets His message at the people, He has lost sight.
Yeah.
I think it's a call on the line. Hello.
Designing and banking, which one gives you fulfillment? So he should look at the one that gives him fulfillment. The ones that when you do, you feel happy. Even if you are not paid for it, you feel happy. Is it fashion? If you are doing fashion and you are not even being paid for it, will you still do it? Are you excited about it? Banking, is it the same too? Look at the one that even if you are not being paid to do, you can still do it. That will surely be the area that you are supposed to major in. And just like my brother said, find every other way to make sure that you achieve that. It may come with a cost.
In fact, you mentioned a very important thing. There's a reason why it's like when you are doing a purpose, like Jesus Christ said, my food is to do the will of my Father. There's a reason why it's like your purpose is the one you want to do, whether you are paid or not. It's like if you are doing something and you feel like, oh, this one, even if you don't pay me, I'll do it. That's it. You found it. But there's a reason for that. The reason is that one, the assignment is not yours. And so God cannot attach an economic benefit to whatever He is planting in you. If there's any economic attachment to it, you will wait till you are rich to live your purpose. And so it's like you are conditioned to already be happy and want to just do it, whether they pay you or not. It's like naturally, that's how you've been built for it, so that you won't think.
And do you know the funny? And do you know the funny thing about it? When you condition your mind that way and you begin to do it, money automatically so follow you.
That's why I say because when God called you, when you are living in your purpose, ask for the help. It's already there.
It come to pass,
and it will come to also confirm. You see, every time God wants to confirm that you're on the right path.
Of course.
And so it's like calling Abraham to leave his father's house. Where should I go? You just keep moving. He doesn't know where to go, but God will come in to confirm His word in your life for you to know. And the confirmation is what comes in the form of resources that catch up with you. It's like the purpose is already on the road. Resources catch up on the purpose. It's like when Jesus Christ was born, the wise men had better be quick. If not, by the time they arrive at the manger, He's already gone and they have to follow Him. So it's like the resources rather catch up on what has already taken off. It is because of purpose. You would love to work for them. Unless somebody can arrive in a position that may be purposeful, but they themselves may not know that this is a call. And so they are in that position and they don't see it as function, but they see it more as lording it over them. I mean, Jesus Christ said, don't be like them, the people who will lord over. And He was talking to people who will see them and say, Charlie, they are called by God because they are the people, the big people in the church. But He was saying, don't be like them. So it's like, you see, when you are somebody who has truly found their purpose in a position, is somebody you will love working for, because you will see that what they are running for, It's more than themselves. It's not personality driven. You see that it's something that is larger than themselves, larger than life. And for even they themselves, you see that they are not more about like just people, but it's more about a certain deep calling that will become the energizer to drive you along. So sometimes it may even be a space where you are not being paid, and yet you still want to stay there because you see that this is my boss that I'm working for. It's like he's in the center of his assignment. And particularly, I think that one of the greatest reasons why we must find our purpose is because of this thing, this question you're asking. Because purpose is contagious. When you find your purpose, the chances that you will allow your children to live their purpose extremely high. Is it strange that Abedi Pele plays football and his children become so great in the space? Is it strange? It is not. Is it surprising that you find somebody who has been able to do well? There are some of these musicians these days, Ochiyame Kwame, encouraging his kids to become. So it's like the more you stand in the center of your assignment, the more you begin to allow other people around you to shine. It's like you begin to say, oh no, it's not about the money. Even if they want to do it, let's allow them to do it. And that contagious, feeling is what we need on the continent, because there are too many people who are in the wrong places, too many round circles, trying to fit in square places. And it is because some people, or a lot of people, are not allowing the flow. If you begin to talk to me, and I mean, sometimes I look at my kids and I wonder, do they really need to go to school? It's like I've stopped thinking about the usual academic. No. It's something deeper. Why? I have the privilege to have been able to walk this path, and I'm saying when you walk this path, there are higher chances that you allow those who are around you to also walk the same path. So Jesus Christ, the purpose of Jesus Christ reveals the purpose of Peter. The purpose of Elijah reveals the purpose of Elisha. The purpose of Moses reveals the purpose of Aaron and Joshua. So it's like, you see, once somebody starts to shine, somebody in that environment begins their journey as well. And I think that is one of them. If anybody is watching this show, if nothing drives them to even try and understand why they are here, it should be this. Because somebody is looking up to them to begin to walk their path, and you see, they also grow their own wings.
So we are connected.
Exactly.
Once you start yours, I'm able to identify mine as well within the space of yours. For your thought of what he just said.
He has said it. Let me also add up to it. Like he said, when you are in your position, you create a kind of atmosphere. It is an atmosphere. Anybody who enters into it changes. It is an atmosphere. So anybody who comes into that atmosphere also feels the same energy. You see, the same power drives the person to also achieve something great in life. It's not always about money. I've told you on this show, I have worked 10 years for free for people. It's just because I was fulfilling my mandate. So I work for them for free. Probably they may think I'm a fool. I did it for free.
I think you also shared yours with me Sunday.
They offered to pay, and I said no, I'm not ready. For 2 times. They offered to pay for 2 times. I said no, because I know what I was doing.
And it takes people who understand the issues of life.
You need. So you see, so when you are such a person in a position, you create a kind of atmosphere for people. Like he was saying, he is creating a kind of atmosphere for his children. That is why he doesn't see the school to be necessary.
Of course.
Because he knows that the atmosphere is creating, his children will surely succeed.
Of course, of course.
So that's the thing. Today, it saddens my heart because I'm a pastor. Probably it saddens my heart when I see my fellow pastors intimidating people, abusing people. It saddens my heart because I think we pastors should know better. I think we should know better. Like he said, Jesus told his disciples, he said when they were struggling for position, he said, you know that the scribes and the Pharisees, they lord it over the people, but it will not be so with you. He said it shouldn't be so among you. It should not be so. So we need to serve, like the question, we need to serve each other. We need to serve each other. If I'm serving you, George, and George, you are also serving me, we become better. Both of us become better. But today, some people want to be served. They don't want to serve. They want to. Jesus said, you are brothers and you are sisters. Today, I find it appalling when I get close to pastors and they said, I'm bishop, I'm reverend, I'm ark. Ark what? I don't know. So they are trying to use their position to belittle you. So they are trying to tell you. I think that
let me read some messages that are also cropping up here. This one says that it's a big ups to Brad Thomas. I'm really enjoying the show. God bless your partners and God bless you guys. So this is an outstanding show. It never seems to amaze me every Saturday that you guys come to different topics. Thank you. But okay, that was Braco. No, Braco has been following you a lot.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the guys on the platform. Okay. I sent a message to somebody in Zimbabwe and he just sent a reply. He said, I wish I could have such a show on our airwaves in Zimbabwe here. This is a program we all need as youths. Our leaders have lost focus, lack of purpose, no direction, there's no sense of direction in life in our country, Zimbabwe here. Ghana is privileged to have such a show on their airwaves. I wouldn't be surprised if the youth of Ghana will excel in future as a result of this show. God bless your panelists and God bless you, King George. I sent a message to a friend in Zimbabwe, the link, and I think the person is also enjoying the show. This Ima says, great show, God bless you guys. And this one says that okay, so let's continue. So
to me, let's create an atmosphere. You see, that will enable others or help others to also succeed. That is what I do nowadays. Wherever I go,
but sometimes, Thomas, I like what you are saying, but sometimes it will amaze you. You try to creating the atmosphere for people to excel. Sometimes people see it as you don't know that there's some sort of insecurity when you do that.
No, I don't think anybody will ever see that to be a source of insecurity.
No, I'm saying that because some leaders will find it difficult to create the atmosphere because they feel that when you come in, you make name, you try to take there, so they rather intimidate you so that you don't come.
And that is definitely a leader who is not there by purpose. Maybe he has arrived there by position.
So my
by knowing somebody.
Probably was handpicked. I know people who were handpicked into a position and they mess up. When you are handpicked,
this issue of handpicked, I want us to talk about this one of these days, because when people are being handpicked from a place to a position, there's no experience, there's no direction, or they come when they come to that position, they try to lure things over people because they were handpicked. Is it right?
You see, it's not because they were handpicked. It's like the person making the choice. In fact, this morning when I woke up, I was thinking about this statement that, you see, the Bible says see a man skilled in his work. He will be found before kings. And I started to think about the kings. Because you see, kings means that God is trying to take us from a democracy to autocracy.
Shut up.
It's like God is trying to move the person who is very skilled to a place where only one person's decision matters. So it's like it's not really the issue of handpicking. In any case, that is what God is trying to do. He's moving us, even though we are in a democracy, he's moving into a room where there's a king. And I'm saying, if there's a king, then it means that there's no democracy in the room. It means that one voice will determine who calls the shots. And it is not strange. Joseph was taken handpicked from the prison and then made a second in command. But the issue more has to do with, like my brother was saying, the competence. It's like the person you are picking to place there, does the person carry the same values that you carry? Is the person called to that arena, you know? Because there were lots of people who came before Pharaoh trying to interpret But see, listening to the voice of Joseph, he could tell that this guy has been called for this. And it is not strange. That's a person who in his childhood had a dream. And here was an issue about a dream. So I like to say, when you're living your purpose, your past and your present almost always are the same.
Okay.
Almost always. It's like when you arrive in future, it's not too strange where you have come. If you be true to yourself, you will know that, oh, but I've been doing this for a while. I've just been seeing. So it's like he was listening to somebody and he knew that, no, this guy has been called. And I'm saying most of the time, even when people sort of come around people who have been called, they know. They can feel it. They may not acknowledge it, but they will know that, no, this person is going somewhere.
Wow.
They will ultimately know. And so it's not strange that a king will pick somebody who and then plant the person somewhere. But usually, because, again, God is moving us from a democracy into an autocratic space. But you realize that in the kings that are around us today, most of the time they also use democracy. So it's like, it is really not his choice. Somebody, he's a party member. He was doing well. Okay. Then let's.
Interesting. Exactly. You can be part of the show by calling 024623 9070. 024623 9070, or you can send messages via 020-768-1986. Time is almost far approaching. So, Mr. Thomas, we've spoken about purpose and priority, but we didn't touch a bit on priority. How do you put your priorities and your purpose into your priorities? How do you prioritize your purpose?
When it comes to priority, a lot of us have issue with this particular one. Because we don't know the difference between what is important to us and what is not important. Stephen Covey puts it this way: what is important and what is urgent. This is where the confusion is. What is important and what is urgent. So do you know the difference between what is important and what is urgent? Priority makes you focus in life. Priority keeps your eyes only on one thing. That is your purpose. There are many things I don't do. I don't do many things because of my purpose. I started here some time ago, I think from the beginning. Because of my purpose, there are some TV stations I don't watch. There are some shows I don't watch. There are some social media things I don't look at. Because to me, my priority should always move me towards my purpose. What you are watching, does it move you towards your purpose? How does it help you to fulfill your purpose? The friends you are following, how would they help you to fulfill your purpose? So your purpose determines the kind of friends you make. Your purpose, it determines the kinds of friends you make. With. If you don't know your purpose, you make any friends. That is why some of us, we can count our friends. Some of us, we can count our friends. There are people who say, I can't count my friends. Some of us, we can count our friends. Because our purpose makes us to be focused. So we can tell who our friends are. Your purpose determines where you go. Your purpose determines how you think. It determines the books you read. It determines the advices you listen to. So that is priority. Your purpose sets you right. If you don't know what your purpose is, you will do anything. Because let me give you an example. If you go to school right now, you have decided to go to a journalism school. Will you go and be studying accounting?
No.
Will you go and be studying law?
No.
The purpose is what? Journalism. So every book you'll be reading is journalism. The friends you'll be making, they have to help you. Everything, every advice, counsel is towards journalism.
Wow.
Exactly.
Also, your take on that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like Thomas is saying, you see, in life, a lot of things are important. Let's be true to us. A lot of things are important, but some are more important than others. And definitely some have to take the front seat as we wait on the less important things. And you see, Thomas is even saying that your purpose determines your friends. In fact, it even determines what you eat. Because
very true.
If you
what
think
to
that,
wear, determines. Yes.
It's true.
if you think that you have been called, if you think that you have been called to be muscular, you see, all of a sudden it changes your diet. And I'm saying that if you think that it is purposeful, then it means that your purpose has determined what you eat. Yeah, and purpose is so important that it's like when a person is born and is awake, I say awake, you see, when the person grows to a certain point and now they are very conscious of their environment, the first thing they ought to really learn about is why they are here. Like, if you really don't know why you are here, you are in the wrong environment. You are totally in a wrong environment. It's like you have been privileged something that you will misuse. And it is too important to have been given to you. Yeah. And so you begin to now determine, like, you let it become the platform on which you bounce off to do everything you do. Anybody who is working in his purpose has lost very good opportunities. Anybody who is in the line of his purpose has had to live sometime and be hungry for a while. It is not possible to live your purpose in Africa and always have your belly full. It's not possible. You will be hungry. If you want to live your purpose, I'm saying you will be hungry. And if you want to take hunger out, I'm sorry, you may not be able to go that direction. But the wonderful news is that when you are finally peaking, where we usually like to say, oh, and then he landed in his purpose. When you are peaking, you realize that what a decision I have taken. It's like you are so joyful. Like you know that even if you die today, you are okay.
God, I think we are almost time, so we have 4 minutes to sign off. Quick, your last remarks.
Really, one, for me, I've always said purpose is the purpose of life. Its discovery is your greatest achievement. If there's any bigger achievement, it is one, your discovery of purpose.
Wow.
And it's living your purpose is your greatest fulfillment. You want to find it. You want to make sure that it becomes that achievement. And you really want to work in it.
Wow.
And it will cost you.
Yeah, it will definitely cost you. Thomas,
it will surely cost you. So if you are out there and you don't know what your purpose is, please just ask the Creator. And don't tell me you are not a Christian, because probably that is the only time. But if you are not a Christian, at least just look for what you enjoy doing. Like we said, if you are not even being paid for it, you will do it joyfully. And that is what your purpose is. And when you find your purpose, don't look at your stomach. Sometimes you need to suffer. You need to let go. Like my brother said, there are some juicy opportunities you have to miss because of your purpose. Have somebody ever given you money to do something and said, no, I can't do it because that is not who I am? So you need to really follow your purpose. Forget about the money. Follow your purpose, and surely you will succeed in life.
Okay. So I want to thank our viewers for making time to watch this episode, Generational Leaders Talk Show. We want to thank our guests as well. We also want to thank our production crew, Voisa, Betty, Bismarck, Sharif, Bright, and the biggest producer, Santos, and those names. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank you too for making time to sit down, always listening to us. Next week we have another surprise for you. Next week we'll be talking about purpose and vision. We'll also be talking about the benefits of purpose. We'll also be talking about the source of purpose. And the speakers are Mr. Chibezi Ezekiel and Mr. Terry. They'll be here to help us to see how best we can digest the subject. Well, until I come away the same time next week, always remember that to be informed is to be transformed, and to be uninformed is to be deformed. God bless you, and God bless you, and God richly bless you.